Hello friends and welcome back to another war attack. It will be my first attack after the 5.5 upgrade. And that's why you see I have like 12 out of 7 tactics, because I'm in this transition period where I haven't used any previous tactics so far. We're playing against number 33, French Fury. And to be honest, this was a alliance that was like a really heavy mismatch. I don't know if we ever had a mismatch this bad. But they're way lower levels than we are. So I decided to attack this guy with level 199. He has tank depots, 4 of those, but his main problem is that his mortars are very low, and the base is generally very cramped. He hides a hole behind the Forbidden City here. My goal is to save my tactics and come in from a 50% victory. So I want to drop my entire troops here, well, half of the troops anyway, and then have the wall miner go at the end. I just completely forgot about that, so the wall miner speeds up first and like barely manages to make a hole in the wall. I just wanted to avoid that, the intended hole. So it was lucky that he made it to the wall. Then the plan was, as you see, rally into that compartment, and then get the second half of my troops, like 3 generals, and my alliance troops on the other half. Generals so that they can fight the other general, and then more howitzers to get the high hit points buildings on the other end. So far I haven't used any tactics. As I said, I wanted to save those, which means I have exactly 1 blitzkrieg, which I decided to take not for the castle or for the tanks here, but use it on the town center at the end. This means that I have to fight all these generals now, which actually with all the APCs that I brought is not that big of a problem. Yeah, so he has a lot of. You will see my plane will die now. He has a lot of sand batteries in the middle, but overall, yes, he gets a lot of shots off, and a lot of the mortars are firing, but they just don't do enough damage. And I'm not relying on the howitzers too much here. I just get a lot of little guys from the APCs. So now as I'm approaching the town center, I need to make sure to blitz at the right time, and I thought this would be a good time, because blitz is much shorter than a sabotage. So and this is the only tactic I want to use, so I want to make sure to get it in time, and I think I'll manage to just get that in time. I think that was really the last second. Yeah, the transport is used to clean up, and also very nicely my tank destroyers split up from the main army, and we're actually facing the heavy tanks, which is like a best match you can hope for. Yeah. Overall, I'm losing 1 general, 2 generals. One gets hurt a lot, which is just the cost of going in with not the main forces. Overall, I think the base design is not too bad. It just needs more spread out to make 50% harder. Another thing I was lucky to be able to test here was that the timing that now matters for the last tiebreaker actually continues to count, even if all the buildings are destroyed and only units are left, like the flame panzer here. Yeah, so as I said, this was a horrible mismatch with this alliance, so we're now a couple hours later in war, and we pretty much only have industrial or Enlightenment age bases left, which is of course pretty ridiculous, but still somebody has to do it. So I decided to go into one of the industrial age bases, and yeah, again, of course, only use the blitzkrieg for the town center, and keep the sabotages for a harder war in the future. So big changes in the 5.5 upgrade. I won't comment this attack too much. It's pretty straightforward. So we have a few minutes to talk about the upgrade. Main changes are the changes to the tactics, which I think are which I think overall makes sense for the game. Like you shouldn't be able to take out bases that are like a couple ages above you, because you freeze everything that they worked on for weeks or months sometimes to get the buildings upgraded, and then they are never able to shoot. Of course, better designs make better use of your buildings, but still, it's pretty frustrating. So I think overall that makes sense. However, it comes a little too soon, because sandbagging is still like a huge problem, especially for alliances that are not near the top. So and that just means it becomes much harder to compete with players that have not the best design maybe, but just have an upgrade status that you don't have. The second thing has a much larger effect for me, or for alliances playing at the top of the leaderboard, and that is that the stronghold now will always leak troops. You cannot stop those, which means it's a huge increase in the pay-to-win aspect of this game, which was already very large. What I think of this? Well, I mean, overall, I think it makes sense to have that change. If you have a game that's pay-to-win, and if you allow people to spend money on troop cards, then it only makes sense to actually make sure that these troops actually play. But yeah, I just wish that the stronghold couldn't hold as many cards, and ideally could hold 0, but maybe, I mean, they need to make money too, so maybe just hold like 1 would make for a fairer game, and overall I think for more fun. Yeah, so that's my quick thoughts on the upgrade, on the update, and on this war again. Like it feels kind of sad to have to fight wars like this, but at the very least I hope it was entertaining and still a little bit challenging without the tactics. So yeah, I look forward to a harder war where we can go with full force again, and until then, I'll see you next time.